preventative maintenance.
Okay. I call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. on Thursday, May 28th, 2026. As you are able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. We'll adopt an agenda and then go into our business meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Roundtree and Ms. Bond, any discussion? Ms. Reed, will you please call the roll?
Yes.
Ms. Franklin,
Yes.
Dr. Gitry,
It's agenda adoption.
Yes.
Ms. Pardon,
Yes.
Mr. Roberts,
Yes.
Dr. Roundtree,
Yes.
Ms. Purcell,
Yes.
7 in favor.
Motion carries. Our first item up for discussion is the fiscal year 2026-2027 budget and pay plan. Do I have a motion to approve the fiscal year 2026-2027 budget and pay plan as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Roundtree and Mr. Roberts, any discussion? Board members, is there any discussion? Or Dr. Gimple, did you want to share anything?
Yeah, I just want to propose that we remove the NRV reset. There's been some information that we've learned here in the last little bit of time from meeting that there's a raise in the cost by about $10,000. There's some other attributes of it that include the online program. We would inherit a bunch of students that are not our own as part of that. Be responsible for their SOLs, be responsible for their graduation. It's part of the contract with this that the online program, K-12 Strive, They're paying for the rent at the church. As a result, the different school divisions would go into contract with them, which means we would be responsible for all the students and across the state that sign up for K-12 Strive. These are students we wouldn't have any type of access to, but we would be responsible for their, their achievement. And so that, along with the $85,000, does not include transportation, driving over there, the bus, those kinds of things. It would not serve our special education students. They would still have to go to Minnick. They would still have to go to Roanoke, so it doesn't save us in travel at all. And then with the opening of the Eastern Montgomery Clinic at Eastern Montgomery High School, we will have mental health services for our elementary students through that program. These are all resources that some of these smaller divisions don't have, and at this time, I'm going to propose that we do not go into contract with them.
I agree with that as well. In order for me to vote yes for this, that would have to be removed.
I agree with that.
Yeah, with specifically the Minnick program was mentioned when Dr. Graham presented to us, which is a special needs program, and this is just way out of what we have been led to believe we were going to be obligated for. So, yeah.
I agree. So is there a particular section that 75,000 would be moved to in the budget in order for us to amend?
I think we would just move that out, and then as state money comes, we can make that available, that 75,000 available during, that time as well. And Angie, you may want to add to it. We've had a little bit of discussion about it. It's just, whether you want to replace that with something, that's really up for your decision tonight. And I'll yield to Angie. Go ahead.
Good evening. It is actually a particular line item, so you would have that $75,000 available to add another particular item back in. One, if you're interested in adding an additional position, the interpreter position that was put on hold until funds, until the state could finalize everything, that would fit right into that for that exact amount if that was an interest. And we can certainly go over some of the other areas, some of the operational needs and such, but that position in particular is a perfect fit dollar-wise for that.
Okay.
Greg, can I ask a question? I'm just looking at the budget and something would fall into that range. And assigning that money to interpreter sounds like a great idea. But also, can you explain again the increase in paraprofessional annual work days? Was that for the extra training? Can you just refresh my memory? Because that's close to what we have in the budget.
Yes, and that is actually included as part of the recommended approval. So that's already in the approval for that, but that is for additional days.
Okay, sorry, I was looking at the wrong slide from the previous meeting.
No worries.
So one of the things that was brought to my attention, and I didn't have time to talk because it just came to my attention, was, we I don't want to say burn through, but we go through paraprofessionals, special ed paraprofessionals. And one of the things that was brought to my attention is that there are limitations on their contract where they are, I believe, contracted for like 181 days, which means they're not in the building before that first day. And also, I don't know if there's something about the professional development isn't part of their contract. And maybe this isn't the opportunity to address that issue. But one of the things I heard is that if there were adjustments to their contract, that would be very helpful.
And so that increase that you were just speaking on, those are additional days for professional development. And I believe Amanda could speak maybe more to that and how that was planned, but that was allowing the additional days, increasing their contract days, I think, to 183.
Okay, great, because I had heard that just like getting in the building 2 days earlier
Yes.
would be really helpful. So I just wanted to put a plug for that. Okay, so that's already included in that.
That's part of the recommended approval.
Okay, thanks for refreshing my memory. One of the questions I did have was, in previous budgets, there has been allocation for inflation in different areas, and as I was looking at the budget, I was like, is there any increase for expectations of inflation, because we know inflation's going up?
So in the operations category and instructional category, there are several increases, and it's just overall supplies category. So that would take care of inflation. Now, that right now is not part of the recommendation. That is for consideration, once the state completes their budget. But there are operational line items to where there are requests. Several departments have requested increased budgets just due to that very fact because of inflation. Parts prices, supplies, instructional supplies, everything's rising. And so they've requested that. And so that is part of that request that right now is on hold until the state can.
Okay, great. Because one of the things we have gotten in the past, and I know it was part of a discussion, is along with having the summary, actually having that line item to be able to just address some of these questions for the future. But thank you.
So I'll amend my motion in order to remove the NRV reset program and add in the interpreter position as recommended by the administration.
I renew the second.
Okay. Are there any other questions or concerns?
Do we have any interpreters in our county at this point? That is in that position? How many do we have?
Two at the moment.
Two for the whole county?
Yes, and they are moved between school to school quite a bit
Do
based
they-
on the needs. Yes.
And I don't mean to sound ridiculous, but do they stay busy with that? I mean, or is that something they're kind of like, hey, we just don't need another one? Or do we really feel like that's something that is needed?
They're very busy at the moment. It is based on student needs, and of course, those change every year with incoming new students. But at this time, the student need for interpreters are significant, and that was the reason for requesting that additional position
Okay.
for this year.
Gotcha, thank you.
Board members, other questions? Hearing none, Ms. Reed, will you please call the roll?
Yes.
Ms. Franklin,
Yes.
Dr. Gitry.
Yes.
Ms. Pardon,
Yes.
Mr. Roberts,
Yes.
Dr. Roundtree,
Yes.
Ms. Purcell.
Yes.
7 in favor.
Motion carries. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. We now need to discuss a personnel matter in closed session. Do I have a motion to enter into closed session as authorized by Section 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia to discuss one personnel matter?
So moved.
Second?
Dr. Roundtree and Ms. Bond?
Can I ask a really quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I looked earlier, there was a pay scale, and I'm sorry if I missed something. Was there the proposed the pay plan? When I looked at the documents earlier, am I completely?
Still there? We just voted to approve both.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were just approving the budget.
No, what I read. My mic's not on. What I read was our first item up for discussion is the budget and pay plan.
And what was the motion? Could you, Tosh, could you read
Do
the
I have a
motion?
motion to approve the fiscal year 26-27 budget and pay plan as presented? And, we had the friendly amendment to replace
It was so
the.
moved.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't hear that correctly. I was confused. I thought we were, because they were listed I didn't realize we were doing both at the same time, because I did have a question about the pay plan. I misheard. Did everybody else thought we were doing both at the same time?
I thought it was just the budget.
I do. I'm so sorry, I didn't hear that part of the motion on that side. So the question that I had is, when we were talking originally, sorry, and this might not change anything, but I needed to confirm something. So with the pay plan, one of the things that we had discussed and urged was that for some of our classified employees, that we were offering bonuses. I think maybe, I'm trying to remember the particular positions, and one of the things I know that at least a couple of us had emphasized is we want to see, rather than to just keep using bonuses, but to see that reflected in the base pay for those positions. Is that reflected in the pay plan that we for the board? I just wanted to confirm that because it was something we discussed.
So bonuses are a separate issue.
Not the state bonuses, but there are
Okay.
some categories rather that we had a discussion as a board about how we were using kind of temporary measures in order to lift their pay without actually changing the base pay. So it was a temporary, and we've been doing these temporary bumps, but so that I just wanted to confirm that because I couldn't tell from looking at the document we had without being able to compare line by line what had been altered.
So we did have a long list of stipends. Now, there are a few that remain, but we, along with the guidance from the board, we have been actively shifting into base pay and adjusting pay. We did several of those for the facility staff, several operational staff as well. A couple that remain on that list, the main reason for keeping those on there they are for certifications for things that change from year to year.
Right.
And so it's very difficult if you tie it into that base for that particular position, and a person may leave and a new person coming in, if they don't have that certification.
Right.
How do you reflect that when
Yeah.
you make that for base pay? But for those that we were able to do that, we certainly have. We took the guidance. I know several of you have mentioned, over the years, please put this in, and putting it in as part of their base allows that to be counted towards their VRS, which is huge for an employee.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that because this is the time to do it. Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bland. Are there other comments or questions about the pay plan?
So you can do a motion to reconsider if you need to.
Do we need a motion to reconsider?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay, now I'm going to move on to putting us into closed for our personnel matter. Okay. Do I have a motion to enter into closed session as authorized by Section 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia to discuss one personnel matter?
So moved.
Second?
Ms. Bond and Dr. Roundtree. Ms. Reed, will you please call the roll?
Ms. Bond?
Yes.
Ms. Franklin?
Yes.
Dr. Guitry?
Yes.
Ms. Pardon? Mr. Roberts?
Yes.
Dr. Roundtree?
Yes.
Ms. Purcell?
Yes.
7 in favor.
Motion carries. We're now in closed session.